Hey there, it's Noelle from the Directors Club, and I want to welcome you to our YouTube channel. I offer business tools and resources to help you gain back time on the administration side so that you can get doing what you love. And what is that? Is that you getting back in the classroom at your childcare center? Is it mentoring your new teachers or looking for new teachers? Is that up-leveling your childcare center? Maybe taking a step back so that you can do something different and give your childcare center responsibilities to another director? Or is that upscaling? Maybe you scale your center and open a few centers. This channel is going to support you in all the business things that have to do with operating a childcare center. My name is Noelle D'Intino, and I'm the owner and operator of Scribble Time, a center for early learning, and I own the center with my sister Sarah. And back in 2005, I was at a crossroads in my career and laid off from a financial institution. And at that time, I was like, I couldn't believe it because it was a time when I loved my job so much and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. So I came home and told my family that I'd been laid off. And my dad said, why don't you open up a childcare center? Because my sister had just graduated with her degree in early ed. And I had been working for 13 years as chief of staff at a corporate and investment bank. And so we had the perfect match, but we didn't know it then because I had my business background and she had her early ed. And so we opened our center in 2005 and we grew from a license of 30 to now 114 students. But back then, I was overwhelmed. I thought it was actually going to be a walk in the park, and I'm not even kidding you. I'm like, how bad can it be? I've managed thousands of employees. I have had deadlines and crazy job with lots of responsibility. And then I became a director, and it was crazy. It was. And so I remember one afternoon sitting at my desk, really upset because all the things that we have to do. We're like plunging the toilet. We are financing. We are helping parents. We're mentoring teachers. We're helping kids. And we're doing all the things, but we can't get to all the things in the office. There's just too much to do as a child care center director. And I was feeling so overwhelmed. And so I decided that I needed to figure out how to make it easier for myself leading my childcare center. And this is what I did where I worked. I used to go into struggling business units and figure out what was going on, what was struggling me and this team. And we'd break it all down and fix it, make sure it was working, add really a lot of value to the team, and then move on. So I'm like, I have to do that for myself. And this was in 2005. And as the internet wasn't like what it is now. So I headed to the library in Barnes and Noble and I just started researching it and putting all my ideas down of all the things that I have done in the past and all my sister's experience. And we came up with little systems and we just kept building it and building new systems that worked. And they were creating shortcuts for us. And what that was doing, it was giving us more time. So I was able to develop that onboarding system for my team. We were able to scale the business from 30 to 114, and it wasn't that bad. And all the things that we figured out, it changed my life. I wasn't working night and day. I was spending more time with my family. I was getting an amazing team hired at my school and retaining them. And I still have teachers to this day that started out with me. And so this has changed my life. And so I decided at this point, it was around 2010, 11, I started connecting with directors in the community because I honestly didn't know many directors. I was new to the field and I had just graduated from a college. So I decided to go back to college. I had my degree in early ed and speech and language pathology, and I decided to grab a degree in early ed so I would really be able to add a lot of value to my center. And these directors were like, oh my God, it's like too much. And I don't have any time. And I'm like late on licensing and I don't have time to do this. And I was like, why don't you try this and this? And they were like, Noelle, that was amazing. That worked. That really helped me. I feel less overwhelmed. And I figured out that we were onto something. And I started talking to the government, thinking that if I went to the Department of Early Ed or I went to our elected officials and said, you know what, in early ed, they really need business training in college. You need to focus on that, operations, human resources, all the things. And it wasn't working. So I decided to launch the Directors Club because you need help now. And I know you do. I know you do. And so I feel so fortunate that I have been able to build a platform, the Directors Club, to be able to teach business resources and tools that help you, the Child Care Center director, feel less overwhelmed. And I hope that you find this channel so helpful and you'll learn one thing from me. I will not be teaching hour-long courses with tons of paperwork where you have to go back to your desk in your office and it's going to sit on a shelf and you're not going to do anything with it. You are going to learn from me super quick trainings. I'm going to cut to the chase, give you exactly what you need, a couple little steps, little tweaks to things that we're already doing. I'll share tons of information from other directors I work with, and you're going to be able to put these things into practice now. I teach this 15-minute trick that you're going to see a video pretty soon on that. I have a system we call the Success Map that literally organizes and puts your child care center on autopilot so that you don't have to stress anymore. So I have so much to teach you. So I appreciate you even taking the time to watch this video because I know you don't have a lot of time. And my systems work. And why do they work? Because I have time to do the Directors Club while I'm operating my 114 student center. So it works, and you can figure out what you're going to do with your extra time when you start putting in place these tips. So I want you to subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to, you can head over to my website. And on my website, I have a button that says submit a question. So if you are having a problem right now and you feel so overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, you can send me an anonymous question and I will create a YouTube video for you. And you're going to watch the channel and pay attention to when I put your video up, because this is how I get my content. I have a membership where I help directors from all over the country lead their child care center on the business side. And they are constantly telling me what they're struggling with. I know what I'm struggling with. I know what my directors are struggling with. And so I'm constantly just teaching and sharing tools and providing support to help you find more time so you can do what you want at your child care center. So thank you for listening. And I'm super excited to get to know you a lot better. And make sure that you head over to the website. I'm also on Facebook and we have an Instagram account. Thanks for watching. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. Bye, everybody.